Welcome to Module 5. How much is this going to cost me, really? Time, equipment, and tenacity. I think it is so important to understand that building up a social media presence, it takes time and tenacity. And anyone who tells you that they can just absolutely put up a video and in 2 minutes it's going to go viral and it happens all the time and they've got it, they're fibbing to you. Now, does it happen every once in a while? Does people put something up? Do people put something up and it absolutely goes viral? Sure. Does it happen over and over again without some sort of plan or strategy? No. And that's where they're fibbing. They either have worked really hard at understanding social media and how to put things out there and understand the hooks and how to film, or they have somebody else write their scripts for them and somebody else edit their videos for them. Or they're a kid and they've watched so much social media, they kind of get it. But for regular people like us, just regular people, I mean, my first viral video was when I had a stroke. So I've had videos that are in tens of thousands and hundreds of thousands. Absolutely. But my viral videos were all about when I had a stroke. We don't want to do that. That's not what we really wanted to do. So what I want you to do right now is I want you to ask yourself very, very honestly, how much time do I have to give to social media? And take a deep breath and then let it out, because there is absolutely no judgment in that question. I want you to truly look and reflect on how much time do you have to give to social media. Think about it like this. How many of us after the new year say, I'm going to work out every single day? And then we're lucky if we work out one day a week. That's what social media needs to be for us. Instead of setting up ourselves for all these expectations and then feeling down and getting upset and thinking we're failing and not living up to an expectation, let's just decide. How much time do you have to give to social media? And then from there, let's build out a schedule. Let's figure out what that means. When you understand how much time that you want to give to social media, then we can organize you so you can have that success. So consistently will now be based on however many times you decide you want to post. So if you decide you want to post once a week, great, perfect. If you want to decide you're going to post one piece of content a day, great. 3 times a week, great. 2 times a day, great. Whatever works for you is consistently. Also, recognize the fact that consistently in April might be very different than consistently in August. That is okay. Just like I fill out my customer matrix monthly, I look at the time that I have each month, and then I adjust my posting frequency based on that. There is no problem with it. It's just social media. Yes, it is important to be consistent. It is not going to tank your entire account if you miss a day or two. You don't have to miss a day or two, because what you can do is put some content in your drafts, whether that is B-roll of you taking videos and pictures of beautiful nature or of cool car or something you saw on your walk, so we can put text over the screen. Great. Whether it's generating something in AI, though, if you have an AI generated thing, please remember you do have to make sure you tell all of the algorithms it's AI generated, or you can do some spoken videos and put those in your drafts so you can have something on those days that life gets to be a little bit too much or a little bit out of hand. I know for me, when I had my stroke, I was able to continue posting for a couple of days because I had drafts already done. Then even when I got home, when I had the energy, because I knew eventually I would not be able to be on social media for a while, I recorded multiple videos so I could still put out some content. Now I have at least 3 to 5 pieces of content in my drafts at all times, so I can push that out And I don't always have to record every single day. Even if you could put one piece of content in your drafts, you would feel like a whole new person. Another thing that really helped when I started on social media for myself, so way back in January, I started setting up a posting schedule for myself, and then I would put hooks in the schedule. So I wanted to share with you. I literally would go through, and Monday I would talk about management topics. Tuesday I would give my hot take on something. Wednesday I would talk about anything I could think about. Thursday usually was some sort of stat of some kind for things. Friday was just something again. I usually did something super broad on Fridays, book, movie, some silly story, dating story. It could be something that I found. It could be something trending. Saturday was just something simple, something easy, something to talking about like how you can simplify your life. And then Sunday really came back to either Sunday vibes, Sunday scaries, or Sunday self-care. And I would just find some hooks that would align with my mission, would align with my niche area, and that would speak to the audience, the customer, our ideal customer, and then the buyers. So what I've done here for you is I've put this together. You can go ahead and take this and use it in any sort of way that you want to. And I've gone back and forth with giving you hooks that should align with the action or selling side of your house, and then hooks that would align with that connection part of your house as well. I also use a content calendar. Now, I use a content calendar in a very different way. So there's a content calendar that tells me what I'm going to post every day. And then there's a content calendar that actually has each piece of content that is already planned out on each day. I am in between those two things, but I always have a calendar that tells me kind of what I'm going to post theme-wise across the week. So I put this together for you as the one that you can start off with, so you can understand that these are the ways that you can start working in your nurture content, your sales content, your action content. Sales and action are called the same thing. Connection and nurture, same exact thing. This is just to give you some hints. You will see that on Sunday, I put it as a day where you're going to try to get 1 or 2 pieces of content, and you're going to batch that. So what that means is you are going to either go out and take video of things or pictures of things. So you can do videos or photo carousels, or you're going to do a couple of videos, spoken videos that you can use, and they're going to be in your drafts. Now, this whole entire content schedule is just based on Monday through Sunday. This doesn't mean that you have to stick it out on Monday through Sunday. If you know that Thursday is the day that is an easier day for you to batch content, go ahead. This is just to give you some sort of idea on how to set this up. So what I've done is I have put this in the download section for you to tailor for yourself. Again, I want to remind you that consistency does not mean 3 posts a day. Consistency is whatever you can do as you decide what aligns with your time and the ability to put out good quality content. Because as a reminder, we've got to use lighting, sound, and a good, clear takeaway for people. I would really, on those days you're feeling overwhelmed or you're thinking like, oh, I got to post another piece of content, ask yourself the question of, am I more focused on churning out as many videos as possible, or crafting top-notch content that engages my audience? If you are feeling like you have to hit a quota of videos at some point in time, then that's not working. And I want to say this to you all, Amazon sellers, TikTok shop sellers, digital marketers specifically, if you are getting burnt out by posting that much content, it's not aligning with your missions. It's okay to take a break. It is. I promise you, it'll be here when you pick up. The same thing for those of you who are trying to grow your accounts. You don't have to post 3 times a day. Post in alignment with your mission, with your content pillars, and with your customers. It's okay to take your time. It's okay to take some time off. It's not going to ruin your whole entire account. It's fine. It's fine. I promise. It's fine. I mean, I literally went away for 11 weeks and I came back and my account grew during that time and it keeps growing now. It's okay. Just do what aligns with yourself. That's more important. Now let's talk about equipment because so many people are talking about microphones nowadays, or so many people are talking about the next big thing. I want to make sure that you understand that you have plenty of free options right there that you have right now. So obviously you have your phone or your iPad or a tablet or whatever you are recording on. Maybe it's a computer and you upload there. That's free. You can use that. The only thing you have to make sure of when you are using your phone or computer or tablet or whatever is that you speak loud enough that people can hear you. That's it. That's all you have to do. Now let's talk lighting for a second. I have a light on, so we're going to turn it off. So we have this light right here. It's not bad. It's not great. But all of a sudden, if I just turn towards the window just a little bit, it's brighter. I could move across my whole entire house and find even brighter options for you. You could probably turn on the lights, but that would mean I'd have to get up, and I'm not going to do that. But just the difference from here, that half my face is darker, to here, where my whole face is lit up, that's all you have to do. Just go find a window that has some light coming into it. Now, we don't want direct sunlight on our face, and we don't want light behind us. But we do just want to have a picture that looks like this. If in your home, you don't have any great lights for where things go, sorry about that, that got a little bright for a second. If you don't have great lights, then what you need to do is just go outside. It's fine. You can just go outside. Not that big a deal. You will really benefit from finding other places to put your phone, because sometimes you can, your content can get a little stale or a little boring. But if you lift up your screen, it could be different. If you post, you put it on some books. If you, I don't know. I mean, for a long time, I put it on top of a hairspray can, and then I would shoot that way. It gives the ability to, and then shoot with angles. So one shot can be like this. One shot could be like this. You could shake your camera screen a little bit before you put it down. All of those things are free. You don't have to do anything to do different. But here's something you do have to do different, is every single time you record a video or a piece of content, please wipe off your camera screen every single time, because it is amazing how much gunk comes on our camera screens. So just wipe it off. While we're at it, I don't care if you post front camera or back camera. I mean, my videos are both. I don't really love the back camera because I forget where to look. But now I have the little monitor thing that I can put and try that. It doesn't, it really, what matters more is, can people hear you? Do you have good lighting? Can people see what you're talking about? Did you wipe off your camera screen? If you want to try back camera, fine. If you want to try front camera, fine. I will say I am trying to look in the camera instead of looking at myself, but I still find it a bit odd, but I'm working on doing that. So don't knock yourself out if you look at yourself or you look at the camera. It'll get easier when you find what feels more comfortable for you. And my only other tip is, if you have an iPhone, I think 14 or higher, they do have a cinematic mode. You can go ahead and film in that. I find it kind of cool and easy, but you don't have to. You don't have to do any of those things. Even if everyone's telling you you have to, I'm telling you, you don't have to. I had this microphone and I had my ring light, because for my job, my day job, I would be doing Zooms or TV appearances from my home office during COVID, and I needed a light. That's it. I didn't do it for TikTok. TikTok just benefited on some of the things I had. But if you do want to spend some money on something, some equipment for yourself, I think that you should spend less than $20 to try it. And here's why. Because I think that if you're not going to use it, why spend so much money on it? So I linked these to Amazon. That's not because I don't love my TikTok shop people. It's because I've worked with so many of you. I felt it was unfair to link to one person in particular. But for under $20, and again, you can look on the TikTok shop too. I like this one as a starting for people because it's a selfie stick and it's a tripod and it comes with a light, all for $11.69. This will get you the ability, and your phone doesn't have to just go this way. It can go up and down as well. This gives you all of the things you need to know if you haven't started using things before. And here, I do like these kind of microphones. If it's the first time you're purchasing a microphone, if you know your own, if you have an iPhone or you have an Android and you can find a microphone that will work for you, that's great. I put this one up here for everybody. It's $8.99 because I didn't know what everybody's type of phone was and I wanted to be equal opportunity for everyone. So this one works on iPhones and Androids and it plugs in to, I think, to your computer if you want to use it that way. So right here, we're looking at, I think I'm like 19 something, maybe $20 at the most. Then if you use this and you start using it over and over again, and you like how you sound better and you feel that people are responding to you more, or you like those things, then you can spend more money. But right now, you don't have to. The more important thing than equipment is identifying how much time you have to give to your social media and start making content that aligns with your mission, your content pillars, your customers, and the time that you have available. And at the very bottom of this comes this equipment. I would much rather you use your phone, you wipe off your camera screen, and you go outside before you go and spend money on stuff that you might not use again. I've linked all of this information in the downloads section of this module in case you do want to purchase things or if you want to tailor those content schedules for yourself.